All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. I just picked this up last week from Maniac Mower. He got it running, and so it does not run very good. The carburetor pisses gas everywhere, floods the engine some, and just leaks out. He did not want to do anything else with it, I guess. So I got it. We're going to get it running. And I am going to use this as kind of a mud mower like the Murray that is on the channel here and there that a buddy of mine has. So this is a Ford lt80 lawnmower. It has an 8-horse Briggs & Stratton engine. The tractor is not in terrible shape. It could use some help. The wiring looks decent. John was just starting it by hooking his battery charger directly to the starter and giving her a send, which I guess works. We're going to make it start with the key. One problem it did have is when I shut the key off, it didn't turn off. So it doesn't kill the spark. We got to find where we're losing power. There should be a wire running under this cover to the coil, and by shutting the key switch off, it should simply ground that out, which would take away your spark. But that did not work, so we have to figure that out. And I just bought a whole new carburetor because who knows what the heck he did to this carburetor. And it was only like 30 bucks for a new one. I want this thing to be reliable, so we're going to be changing the oil because he claims he changed it, but it's full gas. Probably from the carburetor misbehaving. Oh yeah, it's definitely full of gas. So we're going to change the oil. We're going to replace the carburetor, and we're going to find out why it won't shut off with the key. Then we're just going to stick a battery in her and see about getting her usable. Gonna have to find out what that sound is too. But let me throw in a video here real quick of when I test drove it before we loaded it. Vice grip, John. Okay, so first thing is first, you just saw that video. It drove good. It ran as good as it could be expected for the carb being pretty well clapped. The throttle needs adjusted. This is as low as it will go. And I want it to behave a little bit better. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this whole front clip off of here and get the engine fully exposed. So that clip will be off in 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. The front clip's off along with the gas tank. The hood you already saw me remove. This carburetor is just unhappy and shot and just the whole nine. So I'm going to pull this air box off of here and then pull the carburetor off, and I have a brand new one over here in the box. This should be correct. We can get this thing put on and get to running. All right, got the airbox off. Let's remove the carburetor. Well, that definitely wasn't tight at all. Hard to do this one-handed, guys. So I pulled this off, and I don't know if it fell out. I doubt it with that big of a hook. This was not hooked up, so I think John didn't have it hooked up. That's just a choke rod. This is the throttle. It was hooked up and everything seemed to be decent. The spring didn't seem to be hooked up. Not sure if it was or not. But yeah, this shouldn't have just random gas. So, got both bolts out. Newer gasket. Newer looking anyway. It's not too bad, but this carb came with a new gasket, so we'll put that on too. I'm going to figure out the choke rod doohickey and bring you back. Alright, I think I found why the engine won't die. This comes out of the coil, goes here, naked wire. John lied to me completely. He never had it hooked up. He told me that it had always shut off when he turned off the key. Well, he lied through his teeth, because this is the wire that should be on there. This wire should not be on here. So if he was shutting it off, he was grounding this. So he lied. Whatever. I'll just put that on there. No big deal. So I am going to go ahead and put things back together, and we'll be seeing if she'll start. Alright guys, about to pull the drain plug here. Either John went way too tight with it, or he didn't change the oil. Neither would surprise me, knowing John. Kind of some nasty stuff. If he changed the oil, he probably did what he did on his 317 and she used oil in it. But I just wanted to get it draining while I work on some other stuff, so I'm gonna fiddle fart with this stuff up here and bring you back. Alright guys, it's been about 2 hours. It's 7:45. I just ended up rewiring it. The wiring was all forked up and messy, so all it needs is 4 wires. So I just unhooked the wiring harness completely, did my own thing. One problem is that this key switch does not work in the sense of it won't kill the engine. It'll turn the engine over by engaging the solenoid, but it will not give me a ground to kill the engine. So, not real sure. This is the ground. I made it the positive white and the negative green because that's what I had on the spool and it came out just right. So the ground is the green one. I can pull it off and like ground it over here on the solenoid or something, or stick it on the battery. So I mean, I can ground it out if I need to, but I do need to find a key switch. It's 4-prong though, and I can't find one, so I'm going to have to go get a used one out of the parts yard. But that's my progress as of right now. I just put the drain plug back in for the engine. I need to get some engine oil, fill it back up, put the carburetor on, and throw a battery in it. We should be ready to run it. So I'm going to go find some oil and put some tools away, and I'll bring you back. Alright guys, I put new oil in the thing, and now it's time to get the carburetor mounted on here. Alright guys, so before we try and start it, I would like to see to start that we have spark, and just make sure that a few things are going to work properly. So to start with, I'm going to see. Okay, so if I touch this to the battery, it grounds it out and we no longer have spark. Now unfortunately, once I try to bolt the filter box on here, I can't get to these adjustments. So I got to fail fart and get an auxiliary or something rigged up so I can start it before I put that on it. But it's getting pretty cold out here. It's not getting super late, but it is Saturday evening, so I think I'm going to call it a day and head in the house. And I will be back with this tractor probably Monday. Not sure if I'll do anything with it Sunday, tomorrow. I do have some other things I got to take care of. So I will be back in a second. Alright guys, it is the next day. I threw all this stuff together, put gas in it, so we are able to try to start it and see what it does. I'm just going to use the old vice grip approach. This thing's acting like it loses spark when the key goes to the run position. No, it doesn't seem to lose spark. It dies immediately. Okay. Alright guys, I've got it kind of running. It's been literally like 2 hours I've been trying to get this thing running, and it is very stubborn, but let me show you what I've got. Like I said, not great at all. It's Super Bowl Sunday. It's like 8 o'clock-ish. I'm going to call it good and go in. I will fiddle with this later. It's the next morning. I'm going to replace the spark plug. I went to check the socket size on here, and I haven't taken the spark plug out before. It's loose. So John left the spark plug loose while he was trying to run this tractor. Doesn't look good. I have this one. We're going to toss in here. I'm going to tighten it down, unlike some people. Tight. or not like torqued tight, but snug. Now we'll see if this thing will run a little better.